This episode of the podcast is brought to you by patreon.com/lightscameranonsense. Visit patreon.com/lightscameranonsense to help support your favorite new movie podcast. Now, let's roll that reel.
Hello everyone and welcome to Lights, Camera, Nonsense, where we give you all the latest movie magic you may have missed. I'm Nick, no nonsense November Simmons.
And I'm Zach, all nonsense November Smith.
I feel like you're not getting the theme of what I was trying to do, Zach.
Yeah. We can't take the nonsense out of us, you know, like that's baked in there.
I guess you're right. It's part of our DNA.
Yes, it is.
If I'm being honest. Hello. If you're watching this video, you're obviously wondering, where the hell have you guys been? Because the last video that we uploaded was, let me check.
It was a minute ago.
Yeah.
A couple minutes ago.
6 weeks ago. And you're like, I don't get it. You were supposed to give me all the great Halloween recommendations for movies to watch during the month of October, and we were not there for you. And I'm very sad because that's one of my favorite months that we recorded videos, because we had themed weeks that we did.
Yes, and unfortunately we let the viewers and listeners down. We didn't give you all the how do you do's that you come to expect each and every week or so.
Exactly. Basically what we're doing is making this video to kind of explain where we've been, why we haven't been uploading content, and what the future is for Lights, Camera, Nonsense. What it all boils down to is that close towards the end of September, ever since we last recorded our last podcast episode, things have been a bit hectic for our personal lives, and unfortunately, our jobs and our families, of course, have to come first. We've just been really crazy busy doing things in our personal lives to where we haven't been able to be consistent with this. And while we would love to be able to stick with our schedule, we also know that we would be burning ourselves out and overworking ourselves and not giving you the content that you deserve on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and, you know, we've always said, and we said it from the start before we even, you know, launched the first pilot of Nicknames Movies, that we would do this for as long as we enjoyed it. And I think while we both still very thoroughly enjoy it, it's hard to get in that headspace when we're both so just kind of drained.
Yeah.
And that's not the content that we want to, you know, give you guys. So rather than kind of push out episodes of the podcast that we feel are lacking or not up to our normal energy, we're just kind of gonna hit the pause button for a second.
So what we plan on doing is, while we can't give you a concrete date of when exactly we will be back to consistently uploading videos, we do want to let you know that there is still a future with this channel, and we will be uploading content. It will just be a little erratic for a moment. Probably until after the holidays is probably the best. Probably well into the new year.
It's probably through the end of the year, most likely. Just because, you know, you and I both have had family stuff and living stuff, work stuff come up. That's just, I mean, like you might notice if you're watching the video. I don't know if we're gonna upload this onto the podcast feed, but if you're watching the video of this, you'll notice that I'm using my headset mic, and that's because my actual table mic broke by someone.
You froze.
It wouldn't be a Lights, Camera, Nonsense video without me freezing at some point.
Perfect.
So that's a good high note to go off of. But yeah, so, you know, between all the personal life stuff and then, you know, equipment issues, and, you know, it's just we're kind of, you know, taking a moment to keep our headspaces in good places there as much as we can.
And while we are in kind of a lull moment in our content upload, just know that we are planning content for the future. It's not like we've stopped. Every little single free moment of time that we have, we are planning for new ideas for the podcast, new subjects, new videos, even more gameplay videos. Zach, I definitely want to record with you. and investing in better equipment, like a replacement for Zach's microphone.
Yes.
So a quick update when it comes to not only our YouTube videos, but our podcast uploads as well on our podcast feed. Everything will be halted, but we will be leaving up our merch store, which is at store.lightscameranonsense.com, and kind of messing around with different merch ideas there. So you can keep an eye out for that. We will also be obviously on social media still on our Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you can also follow us on TikTok. I don't know what content will be on our TikTok channel, but I will say that it will probably be unlike our podcast channel.
Yeah, and then speaking of the podcast, the feed, you don't have to worry about that going anywhere. So you can just stay subbed to wherever you're currently subbed at, and then when we do start, more regular podcasts again and more content, then it'll just show up in the same place it was before. Those aren't going anywhere. So
long story short, we're still around. We still plan on being around, but we're just hitting the pause button for a moment. And we really appreciate all of the support that we've had so far on this channel. We love each and every one of our viewers, our subscribers, anywhere that you find our content and love our content. Please stick around. We'll be right back.
bye.